ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NJB. No, welcome to Stardom Review. I'm sorry, we've been doing so. Oh,
Rainbows, rainbows.
we've been
Come
doing
on,
so much.
Charlie.
We have been doing so much NJBW that I just that's on, I'm on autopilot with that. Welcome to Stardom Review, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking the glorious Stardom Wrestling.
Yay.
I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here, that way. It's the Taco Princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. It has been a long hacking day. I am coming off two other recordings doing a Paramindful earlier and then a Ladies Wrestling Showcase, and I'm pooped.
Hmm?
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good because I've had a long day too. I got up, worked at 6 a.m. this morning, came home, hauled shit to the dump, cut, or is it? No, it's this cheek. Cut myself,
Oh, nice.
yeah, gave myself a little cut by when I was
Redecorations.
unloading branches off my aunt's truck, and it caught me in the face after I told my kid cousin, "Watch out, watch your head," and I move it up, and I still get hit. I get hit in the head. So yeah, that's my day. And then I did a little thing with OLE. It's gonna go up, going up Saturday morning. So yeah,
Yeah, it's busy for both of us.
busy. We are here to talk some Stardom 5-star Grand Prix nights 2 and 3. We are going to just quickly go over the undercard matches because me and Mel have had some busy few days. I've watched some of them, haven't watched them all.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna give you the results for all the undercard matches. We're gonna really break it down with the 5-star Grand Prix matches though. But before we do that, I want to thank all of you for tuning in here. I want to thank you all for all the great support you've given us, all the support you helping us grow the channel. Slowly but surely, we are going to turn into the premier Stardom review on the internet. We are going to become the premier one. I know it.
Ooh,
Might take us 50 years, but we'll get there.
Girl, I don't have 50 years. I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, you'll get there.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
We'll be 90 and still podcasting, or videoing, whatever we call this.
Oh, Lord help us if we get that far.
Yeah, but I want to thank all the great supporters. And if you can, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below because we love talking to professionals. I know we get a lot of great feedback right here on Stardom Reviews. For everybody that does, comment MTG, and everybody else, please keep bringing the comments, and we love to hear from each and every one of you. So don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a brand new video here on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, which is we got some Chop Talk, some Stardom Review, some NJPW Review, and other random videos that appear every now and once in a blue moon.
Ding dong.
Hello.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bailey. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into 5-star Grand Prix nights 2 and 3. We start it out. Oh, I better put my notes back up to the beginning and be on the right set of notes because I'm not good at this. We'll say fairly small crowd here on night number 2.
Yes.
You can see all the open bleachers, but again, it felt very much like an indie show.
Yes.
The crowd wasn't the biggest crowd, but they were loud. They were into it all. That's what you want.
100%. The ones that I did see, yes, the crowd was small but loud.
Very much so. We started off with Thekla versus Hanako. Thekla escapes at the end. Thekla escapes the torture rack, gets the running boot in the ropes for 2, then the buzzsaw kick, and finally the Dokugumo death drop for the win. In 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Thekla, I love this girl. I love that girl. And Hanako's coming along very well, I think.
She is adorable. Just adorable. Very, very good.
We move on to the second match of the evening. We go to a tag team match. It's Queen's Quest Azumi and Hina versus Oedo Tai's Rina and Ruaka. At the end of this match comes Azumi misses the stomp off top hit and gets double team hit with a brain buster by Ruaka for 2. The corner splash by Ruaka. She tries the powerbomb, but Azumi rolls her up with the Azumi Sushi and gets the win in 7 minutes and 28 seconds. I love Rena. I think this girl is going to be an absolute star for this company. She is
Mm-mm.
evolving. She keeps evolving her look every now. Like she was she got to the gear you see just before she won that title. She evolved to that gear. She's always taking a step up with everything she's doing. Um, and the judo, I love the judo. Her and her sister
Mhm.
working that judo into their game, and I love it.
Yes, yes. She's actually, I would actually say, of the two, the twins, Rena and Hina, I would say that Rena's actually, really benefited from her time in Stardom, whereas Hina did take that year off to go and continue her education, which is still a very smart thing to do. But Rena has certainly benefited from staying in Stardom in that time. Her experience is just amazing.
Very much so, very much
Mhm.
so. But it is Queen's Quest coming away with the win.
Yes.
We move on to another tag team match. It is Queen's Quest Miyu Amasaki and Utami Hayashishida versus Stars Hazuki and Momokogo. This actually is a team on two straight. They're gonna face up. They're gonna be teaming up on the next night too. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. I gotta go a point here. Hazuki really twisting the hair of Miyu in this match. Like just like you know how you do an arm. People do arm ringers and like they go under and
Yeah,
around. She
yeah.
did that with the hair, and I was like, that's mean.
That's a Stars thing.
I know, but it was mean.
It is because Momo does one similar. Koguma also does one, and Mayu Iwatani also does it. So at this point, I'm convinced that it's just a Stars thing.
Well, I saw Julia doing it in night three in her tag match. So,
Yeah, she also eats you pretty good. Poi also does it.
yeah. So, at the end of this match, Utami blocks the fisherman suplex, hits a hard forearm, but Mobile gets the super kick, goes for the crucifix bombs, but gets air raid crashed for two. Miyu tries the pendulum DDT onto Utami, but Utami gets the shocking Baszler, which is a swinging gut wrench bomb, and gets the win. Utami actually getting the win in 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Mhm. I remember seeing the clip of this finish where with Momo there and Utami, and I was like, seeing it done with a different person almost changed how it was kind of done initially, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, it actually really, it's so good. I'm excited. I also really like the new gear Utami
Mm-hmm.
has. It's very similar to the gear she had when she was like the red belt champion, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of live because I'm like, does that mean we're gonna see a new champion with Utami? I sure hope so.
It's very possible we could be seeing a new IWGP Women's Champion, Utami Hayashishida, very possibly on August 13th, because and that would be a great thing. Because again, maybe she'll start working more New Japan shows. Maybe we'll see her in the United States. We don't know.
That is the hope.
That
And
is the hope. The hope.
if she's coming in, ROH or AEW again, Mr. Khan, freaking advertise them.
Especially if you're coming to Edmonton, advertise them.
Frick. Like, let us know. So much money could have been made on just us alone.
An extra like few $100. That's for gosh darn sure.
Minimum.
We get to attend the tag team match. It's Natsupoi and Yuna Mizumori. It's Cosmic Angels with their apprentice versus God's Eye Siri with her goldfish poop, Saki Kashima. That's what she called herself. So,
Yes, I remember her little weird little translation. What in the heck?
yeah, that towards the end of the match, we get the double boot by God's Eye, but Nat hits the crossbody to both, and Yuna hits a hard lariat on Saki for two. Yuna gets Saki up, but she slips off, and Siri hits a roundhouse kick, and Saki gets the Kishi Kase for the win.
Hmm.
Suri on the outside is like carrying Nat around the outside of the ring. It was hilarious. It was post match. I laughed so hard. And afterwards, though, Suri and Nat in the ring, they end up fist pumping. It was weird. Okay, after you're like yeeting this girl around the ringside, you fist bump her in the ring. It's interesting.
I mean, the enemy of my enemy, right?
Yeah. We are going to move on. I'm going to give a little more time to this one because this is the debut match here in Stardom for
Ah,
one
yes.
Miss Megasus Megan Bayne. Bayne coming out separate from Suzu and May in this. Like again, I really like that they're giving her her own spotlight, and there's like you
Mm.
usually see everybody coming up together in a tag team in these tag matches. I like that she gets her own spotlight coming out on her own. Kaguma dancing around and Bane wanting none of it. It was funny. And she grabs her by the throat and just tosses her into her own corner. So it was like, I'm tagging out, and she tags May. Just like you see
Have
May,
at
it's like she was like getting take away from the like she's like I don't know, like she wasn't sure if she wanted to tag in.
her.
I gotta give a real big shout out to Mega Bane. Like for she wasn't in it a lot, but when she was in, she was overpowering. And again, that's what you're trying to sell. Going into Tam Nakano, the tiny girl, the tiny little fairy princess, whatever you want to call her, going up against this Amazon woman. I'm yeah. Um, I gotta give
Mhm.
May Sarah with those front flip kip ups. And she like front flips and kips up. I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. End of the match though, Bane tossing her own partner, Mace, there onto Mayu Iwatani and Koguma, and then hits the F5, or I have another name for it now because it's what she screams when she does it. Let me find it in the other match. The go to hell, because she yells, go to hell, and hits an
Oh,
F5. So I'm going to call it the go to hell from here on out. So she
okay.
hits the go to hell, which is Brock Lesnar's F5, and she gets the win. Suzu after saying Bane is strong and everyone needs to call her the Megasus.
Interesting. It's
Mhm.
interesting to see that Suzu and May are sticking together and they're kind of interchanging that third member, usually with a powerhouse. So we've seen them work with Micah. We've seen who else have we seen them work with? We saw them work with another power person.
Hanako.
Who?
Hanako.
Hanako. Yeah, yeah, but also another one.
I don't
There's
remember. I just
another
remember
one. There was a
Hanako.
third one. I don't remember, but they were all like power people. I feel like Yuna. I feel like Yuna Mizumori was in there once.
It's possible.
Regardless, they usually are kind of like cycling out that power person. I wonder if these two are kind of, you know, holding are these interviews for a third member to challenge potentially for the artist to Stardom Championships.
It's very possible, but I think they have their third person. I really do. We'll get to it on
Why
the next
not?
lane.
Why
We
not?
go into a
Ooh.
blue star bout. It is Julia taking on Hanan. Julia looking great holding two belts. Just
Hmm.
it suits her. And Julia is not scheduled to work the Stardom shows the same weekend. Any of the three Stardom shows, she is not scheduled on any of those three as of this moment.
Hmm.
The same weekend as Multiverse United on August 20th. So we could, because Diana Peraza made a challenge to somebody in Stardom. I really, because Julia's not booked on the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday shows. So there is a strong possibility the strong champion will be there.
I'm excited for this. Astrid and I also spoke briefly on this on Ladies Wrestling Showcase earlier. Um, hoping we can do a watch along for this
I'm
because
hoping
hot
so.
diggity gang.
I just got to know my. I just. Oh, I'll be there. I got my schedule. I'll be there.
Yay! Watch
No,
along, and let's hope we have another guest with us. We're gonna
very very.
hope. We're not gonna say it yet because we're not gonna jinx it.
Because it's me, you, and then Natural Osprey and a possible fourth guest, who might be
Yeah.
joining you and me live in person.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
So excited. Gonna be
Yes,
fun.
Queen. So we'll get into the match. Good back and forth at the start. Julia getting pretty aggressive and tossing Hanan by her extensions around, just throwing her around the ring by the hair.
Mhm.
Julia hitting the hard forearm, but Hanan gets the judo toss and then in that running body splash in the ropes that she does. Um, Hanan looking strong with the strikes, but Julia reverses the German suplex into the DTT. I wrote DDTY, but okay. The DDT, the DDT, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Did you tell?
Crossbody out of the corner and the Northern Lights bridge by Hanan for two. A running kick by Julia, and she follows it up with the Falcon Arrow for two. Running back elbow and the running famouser by Hanan for two. Hard backdrop driver. Like her backdrop drivers are vicious from Julia,
So
man.
good.
She driving them down. But Hanan pops back up, hits her own, and she gets the 2 count there. Again, I was like, wow, this seems a little backwards to me. Julia rolls up Hanan and gets up in locks in the octopus hold, but Hanan does make her way to the eventually make the way to the ropes. So Julia goes up and hits the drop kick off the top for two. Hanan gets the roll up off the glorious driver for two, and in Julia unloads strikes and hits the running kick and hits the glorious driver to pick up the win and 2 points, baby. Julia getting two more
Yeah.
points after the draw, the first night draw. She needs the wins, man. She needs the
Hmm.
wins.
She does. She does. Yeah, this was a fun match. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not a fan of Hanan's new music, despite it having a lot of English in it. I'm not a big fan of it. I really enjoyed the Hanan. Hanan. It kind of fit the personality a little bit better because she
Hmm.
still comes out the same way. Like her
Yeah.
look has changed drastically, but her temperament and her attitude is still and like mannerisms are still exactly the same. So the music is like it's sweet. Like it's not as bouncy and it's kind of like a what I would consider like a pop song or something. But
Hmm.
like well, it doesn't set up for her very well anymore. It doesn't bring that energy to it. And Julia's music is also like super chill, super soft also.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. It
Yeah.
was yeah. Julia really flexing her transitions and technicality in this match. I really, really enjoyed that because Hanan having that judo background kind of made her pretty prepared for it for the most part, anyway.
Hmm.
Those transitions so smooth by Julia. I really do hope that she is the one who challenges Deanna because gosh diggity dang, like Deanna, I consider like the female Zack Saber Jr. So to have
Yeah.
her facing off with the technicality, but also like that just great wrestling ability of Julia, plus like they both got attitude. I feel like they would be able to play off of that very, very well during a match.
Hmm.
Yeah, really hope that that's the case. Really, really enjoyed Hinata in this one. She's so cute. She's so good. She's the perfect little baby face for the company. I absolutely love it. The last thing I want to say is Julia's missile drop kicks are just unreal. They're so
Hmm.
strong, so good, and she's so little. It's just so cool.
Well, it's like a shotgun drop kick off the top almost.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just never know if it's a shotgun or not, so I never say.
Yeah. It's pretty much that's the power of a shotgun drop kick. That's for
It
goddamn sure.
does. Like Mariah
Yeah.
Mace.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, we are going to move on to the semi-main events of the evening. Speaking of Mariah May, it's
Mhm.
Sayoriano versus Mariah May. May pulls a backdrop driver off the handshake right off the hop and gets the sunset bomb off the apron to the floor, just crushing Sayoriano on the floor. Anu catches a running boot from Mariah May back in the ring, and she hits the dragon screw, ties the legs up, and gets the figure four. But Mariah May does get to the ropes, and she actually kind of had a figure eight on for a minute there. She
Mhm.
did she had the Charlotte Flair arc up.
She did
Uh,
until her neck failed. Yeah.
yeah, Anu works over the knee of Mariah May and the ropes, kicking it and stretching it in the ropes. Mariah May gets the senton on or gets sent to the apron, hits the kick. I wrote sent two. Hey man, I'm bad at writing. She gets sent to the apron, hits the kick, and hits a top rope drop kick for two. Again, those drop kicks are lethal. Mariah May unloads with chops in the corner, places Anu up on top, but Anu blocks the Trish Stratus Rana, pulling and like stretches the leg and like works the knee more. Again, I really liked the skill of that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and then she hits a drop kick off the top after she lets go. Good little forearm battle there in the middle of the ring, but Anu
Mhm.
like fakes her out and kicks her in the knee. But Mariah May gets the sling blade. and then the
Barbie
invert.
blade.
What? Pardon?
I
Oh,
call it the Barbie blade.
okay. She gets the Barbie blade, and
Yeah.
then gets an inverted stretch muffler. Where,
Yeah.
because stretch muffler usually bending the leg around your knee. She went the other way and pulling, like, hyperextending the knee over her neck of Sayori
Yeah.
Anu. That was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. Gets the stretch muffler and then hits what I like to call, because it's Tommaso Ciampa had the greatest name for this move, the fairy tale ending, but only gets a 2 count. And I think that name works perfectly for Mirai May.
Mhm.
Anu hits a German suplex, gets the drop kick, and gets the drop kicks to the knee, then gets a 1 on a backslide. Then she twists up the knee and gets an armbar, and Mariah May has to tap out. So I took a screenshot. Holy shit, that was an interesting little. That was a Zack Sabre like finish right there.
That was just like a tie everything up in every which way you can and get them to tap out. And yeah, she tried. She fought for a good hot minute to try to get out of there, but man, what is that?
I totally forgot to get the name of the move, because I've been getting the name. I always check the name of the move. I forgot to actually see what the name of the move actually is.
Well, fudge muffins.
I again, I really, really, really like that submission. I think it's absolutely tremendous.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm looking it up. The unknown. It just says I just looked up. It's unknown. I just looked at the video. It's listed as unknown. So
Well,
she gets the tap out with the unknown.
okay. Winner, winner, unknown dinner.
Could have called it like a
Um,
figure four armbar or something. I don't know. She
I
has to like
didn't even
cross
like.
figure
You're
four.
better at that stuff than me. I just kind of I call a move a dingle dangle. Like, why are we asking me?
The dingle
My
dangle.
God. Yeah, Siri, very, very smart targeting the knee in this. Mariah May is very, very quick on her feet. So, like, taking away that speed from her, very, very smart. But also, like, a lot of the power from her shotgun dropkick, again, comes from that leg power. So,
Mm-hmm.
taking away half of her leg power, very, very smart. And Mariah, like, she was so good in this match. So
Mm-hmm.
good. Sometimes people forget they're injured. Mariah did not. From
No.
from the beginning of the injury to the end of the night, it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she kept up with Sayori so much so that I think that they're actually Sayori was having to try to keep up with Mariah. I really like that power bomb off the apron. What do they call it? What does she call that?
Just a sunset. Like she does like a sunset flip into the
I
power
thought
bomb.
she had a special name for it. I think I saw it on
I
her Twitter the other day, but I forgot it.
I don't know it.
It's cute anyway. We'll figure out what it is later.
The Barbie bomb, whatever you. I don't know what to call it.
I don't think it's called that. I think it's something else, but it's cute. She's cute. Yeah, this was a really, really fun match. For me, I saw a little bit more personality come out of Sayori, who for me, up until this point, has been, I don't want to say like a no sell, but like she shows very little expression in comparison to someone like her former partner Natsupoi, I guess current partner now again, Natsupoi. So I felt she was a little bit more expressive, a little bit more animated in this one, and I
Mhm.
enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match again. Mariah May
Same.
again. I know it's very obvious. I'm a big Mariah May fan, but Sirianni really has been impressing me more. Because again, when she first came in, I was very kind of bored by her, but she's getting like she's really impressing me more and more.
Same.
Skip through that. We go to the main event of night two. It is Amina Shirakawa versus Mirai. I love Mina Shirakawa's robe. I fucking love that robe.
She did the dance.
She did. She
She
did.
finally did the dance. She wasn't wearing the cute little headdress that she was wearing, and she finally was able to do the dance, and it was nice. I was happy.
And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Sometime in the next couple months, we will be posting a video of Melball doing the dance.
We're gonna try. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
try.
we're gonna try to do it at Prozac.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be wearing the most perfect pants for that.
Perfect.
Serendipitous. Maybe
So
Kat will do the dance with us. Me.
I'm not doing the dance. That's a dancer. I'll just be outside going.
No, you can do the hair flip with us, totally.
I'll just be like,
No, you can do the hair flip with us. Hair flip, hair flip, hair flip.
that, I don't have hair. Do you see anything I can flip?
Oh, we'll get a plunger,
Uh,
stick it to your head, and we'll just put some extensions on that. You can wave it around.
yeah, that's never gonna happen. Mirai pulls an armbar early, but Mina does get to the ropes. But Mirai ties the arm up and stomps on it. Then does the Jack Saber Jr. leg snap to the arm. Really
Mm-hmm.
good. Mirai gets the wheelbarrow half Nelson slam, and Mina ends up rolling out to the floor. Mina gets a clothesline on the floor, or is it, I don't know my writing. So Mina gets back in. She hits a clothesline. Mirai rolls to the floor. Mina hits a crossbody off the top to Mirai on the floor. Mina hits the DDT on the floor. Then a green killer off the apron to the floor. But Mariah May does get back in at 19. So Mina hits a magic screw to Mariah, but she only gets a 2 count. Rolling elbow by uh, Mina Shirakawa, but Mirai gets the flatliner, but Mina comes right back with the backdrop suplex. Mirai just unloading those vicious forearms, just beating on her. Mina coming back with a hard slap across the face, but Mirai hits a hard slap back and hits that just vicious looking power bomb for 2. Mina getting the spinning back fist and the hard slaps to the face, and then a roundhouse kick and a DDT for 2. Rolling elbow into the corner by Mina, and then she hits a top rope green killer. Mirai then catches Mina running and hits the. She goes like running and Mirai jumps up and pulls a Kimura out of nowhere, but Mina like just is writhing in pain, but she fights her way to the ropes. Mirai hits a lariat but misses the second, and Mina gets the seatbelt pin for 2. Um, Mina stops the backdrop, hits the DDT and the Glorious Sword, but just the running Enziguri for 2. Mirai stops the figure 4 driver, as I've now known the name. It used to be called the Glamorous driver, but now I see it's being called the figure 4 driver. I guess the figure 4 driver, or trying to go for the figure 4 driver, but she hits a Northern Light suplex for 2, and Mina fights back with the rolling elbow and the implant DDT. The end of the match, Mina picks her up, hits the figure 4 driver, and Mina pins the Wonder of Stardom champion Mirai for the win and 2 big old points, baby.
I knew you would be happy with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Is this Mirai taking the loss here to Mina Shirakawa? This is her second loss in the tournament, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No bueno, no bueno. I'm concerned about the winner of that Cinderella tournament. She had plans for this belt. I hope those plans are not cut short.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like they might be.
They might
Um,
be.
I felt Mina very dominant. Usually Mirai is unquestionably dominant, and this one is questionable. Mina matching Mirai's dominance in this match. It was crazy. I really struggle sometimes with Stardom because I don't have commentary, so I don't know the names of moves and shit. So I just kind of go with the flow. This is how we end up in dingle dangle situations. Um, but like Mirai was doing some really cool stuff that I couldn't tell you what the hell it was. There was one thing that I did know sort of that I liked that Mina did, which was like, was it Mina? No, Mirai. I wrote Mirai. It was like a butterfly lock suplex thing. German on Mina.
I don't remember.
Anyway, that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing that I thought I knew what it was. It looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like this match. This one was fun.
Again,
And then
great main
Mina
event.
afterwards, closing out the show. Love it.
And saying she's gonna be so she's saying Tam pinned her for the white belt, but then Mirai beat Tam for the white belt, and then she beat Mirai here in this tournament. So she might be coming to get her belt back. Never know.
Yes.
Yes,
And then
Queen.
bring Mariah to the US. Please.
Mirai and Mina to the U.S., please. Maybe to
Yes.
Edmonton, Alberta for top talent or love pro wrestling. Hint, hint, Spencer. Hint, fucking hint, buddy.
I feel like they would do better at Love Pro Wrestling than they would at Top Talent.
Yeah, some Amina Shirakawa versus like Zoe or Gigi. Be awesome.
Bring Mina and Mariah, have them team together. Oh, that would be chaotic.
Dude, Rose Gold versus the Rads.
Oh, I don't know. The light reflecting off of Larry's bald spot might cause some problems for the Rose Gold team.
Come on, that would be amazing.
You know,
Spencer, I'm booking for you,
which
boy.
combination, though? Which combination?
Oh, Larry and Rich. Larry and Rich, for sure.
Larry and Rich, not T.Y.?
Larry and Rich. They're the tag team. Rich is the singles competitor out of their team. Rich and Larry are the tag team. T.Y.'s, that guy that's associated with the group, but he does, he's the singles guy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I can go with it. I can deal with it. But who would you cheer for? I mean, you're a tippy top guy.
Oh, Rose Gold for sure.
As Larry was
Rose
saying,
Gold
on the video,
is much more rad.
Jesus Christ. Oh dear.
Maybe they can get the girls to touch tips. You never know with them. You never know.
Anything is possible.
We move on to night number 3. Hold on. I gotta go back one. Natsuko Tora was supposed to face Saya Kamatani on night 3, but with Saya Kamatani removed from the tournament, Natsuko Tora gets an automatic forfeit win over Saya Kamatani to move to 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
So Natsuko Tora was put in a tag team match. It's Queen's Quest Hina and Miya Masaki versus BMI 2000. It's Natsuko Tora and Ruaka. The end of the match, the Ruaka gets the lariat and the freezer bomb on Hina to get the win in 7 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yes, Ruaka. I really like Ruaka. I remember when I first started watching, I was kind of like, who is this girl? She's good. She's so good. And Tora, so good. Clearly learning from her. BMI. Yes. Could you imagine BMI taking on Rose Gold?
That'd be great. That'd be a killer tag team match.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Give us the tag league.
Oh, yes. We move on. It's Cosmic Angels leader Tam Nakano and the apprentice Yuna Mizumori taking on a Mafia Bella from Donna Del Mundo, Julia and Tekla. Cradle belly to belly by Julia for 2. Then the backdrop driver for 2. So she picks her up and hits Yuna with the glorious driver for the win in 8 minutes and 50 seconds. But I've got to say, Yuna Mizumori was the highlight of this goddamn match.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I didn't get to watch this one.
Yeah, dude, she was a goddamn highlight in this.
That doesn't surprise me.
She did the Colt Cabana Superman pin. I fucking love it. I love it so goddamn much.
Yuna.
I love Yuna.
She's a treasure. She's such an entertaining wrestler.
Oh, she so is. We move on to another tag team match. It is from Stars. You have Amayu Iwatani. Wait.
No, we don't.
No,
that's Momokogo.
I'm looking at the wrong one. You have I rolled through to the wrong notes. We have a tag team match. It's Hazuki and Momokogo from Stars taking on from Club Venus, Rose Gold, Mariah May, and Mina Shirakawa. The end of this match, magic screw by Mina to Momo, but the pin is broken up. May and Mina hit the neck breaker backdrop combo. Mina picks her up, hits the implant DDT, and she pins Momokogo for the win in 8 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah. This is another one I didn't watch.
I did watch this one. It was a really fun match.
Obviously.
Um, I gotta watch Mafia Bella. I gotta watch my Rose Gold. I did.
No,
I will admit I did not. I only watched the ending of this match. Um,
I
yeah.
watched this one.
Oh, perfect. Queen's Quest, Azumi, Lady C, Inutami Hayashida versus Stars, Mayu Iwatani, and the classmates Koguma and Saya Ida. Do you want to run this one now, or just give us some thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like from what I can remember of it, because I didn't write down any notes for it. I actually watched it while I was running on my little elliptical stairmaster thingamajiggy at the gym. Um, Lady C was in there quite a bit, especially with Kaguma. She got her in that camel clutch, Kaguma air thingamajig, really messing up Lady C's hair when she had it in it. The ref gave her a lot of shit. She even like pulled her actually up into the camel clutch to redo the ears. So mean, Kaguma. So mean.
Mm-hmm.
Azumi was and also a highlight in this one, from what I remember, going in with Koguma and Mayu quite a bit. This one was pretty short.
What do you mean?
It felt
It's the
short.
longest match on the card.
It felt short.
It was the longest match of the night.
It's so weird. It felt so short. I actually, for me, the highlight was the actual end, like afterwards, with Utami talking shit to Mayu, setting up for their showdown. Yeah,
2 weeks away, baby.
yes, can't
Well,
wait.
no,
But
where as we record this, 1 week away.
there is a couple tag team spots that I kind of remember. One with Stars where Lady C was kind of involved doing their, you know how Kaguma does her little "I'm falling" splash thing, and Mayu does her little double stomp, and then Ida does that little butt squat thing that she
The
does.
butt drop. The butt drop.
Yeah, yeah. I think something kind of happened there where Lady C got twisted in the wrong direction, but like just the experience that the Stars girls have together, they actually kind of made everything work out in this imperfectly perfect way where the move still ended up being pulled off really well.
Mhm.
And I love it because it just, again, it speaks to the experience of these women working together so well under the captainship and leadership of Mayu Iwatani. But then we had Queen's Quest. The Lady C, I don't recall getting into like any three lady thing here, but Utami and Azumi working very, very well together. There was one point where Utami like picked her up, kind of like how she's gonna like do a slam with Azumi, but
Mhm.
just started spinning around with her and ended up like taking out I think it was Kaguma and Ida with Azumi just like pretty much a spinning stick essentially.
Mhm.
um and then I believe they lined up Ida and hit her with the double drop kick again. It was one of those LIJ moments where they were just silently running through their stuff and doing what they need to pick up the win. Um, they didn't pick up the win, is what
Well,
it is.
Stars picks up the win where Mayu Iwatani
Yeah.
hits the toss drop kick into the corner, which is tossed by Ida and Koguma into the corner for the drop kick to Lady C, and Koguma hits the splash off the top for the win.
Mm-hmm.
In
Tommy
12
then
minutes,
taking the mic was so great.
in 12 minutes and 31 seconds, the longest match of the night.
See, that didn't feel. It didn't feel like that. It didn't
Mhm.
feel like it was 12 minutes long. It felt like it was 6. It was so weird how quick this felt.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. It's Micah, Megan Bayne, and May Sarah. So we have Micah now taking Caesar's spot in the team tonight. So I don't
Well, I mean,
know.
she had shit to do.
I don't know. Micah might end up
She had shit
defecting.
to do.
Micah's been teaming with Susan and May a lot, so maybe we see a defection. You never know.
I mean, something I mentioned that we need to talk about, that I mentioned to Astrid on Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Could we see Julia potentially bringing or making friends in the US if she goes over to face Diana.
Ooh,
The
Deanna
DDM is
Peraza.
looking a little
Add,
sparse.
add another D to DDM for Deanna Peraza.
Hey, just saying. Would make
D-
sense.
Deanna Del Mundo, you know?
It's like an. Hey, it would work. American faction. I mean, we see factions like Bullet Club kind of
Cool.
expanding. We see United Empire also expanding, LAJ expanding. Like, yeah, why the
Yeah.
hell not expand DDM into another company?
Yeah. So they're taking on God's Eyes, Saki
Hmm?
Kashima, and Siri, the goldfish poop and the leader, teaming up with Hanako. Megan Bayne, just a dominant. Like they made Saki start the match with Megan Bayne, and it was goddamn funny because Saki's like really scared. It was so good.
Well,
It was so good. And like they both bailed to the floor and left Saki in the ring to start the match. It was really funny. Bane like tossing Saki around early. She's unloading on Saki in the corner. Saki getting beat up here by Micah, by May. Um, Suri gets a backstabber to Micah at one point, hits and then hits the DDT suplex to May for two. Um, May and Suri do the ring around the rosy spot in the ring, and then Suri gets a roll up into a drop kick on May. Um, the really nice torture rack slam into the corner by Hanako to Micah. Looked really good. Bane getting in there with Hanako is really, really interesting because Hanako is not small. And Bane and Hanako is just laying in shots, but she's doing nothing to Bane. And Bane drops Hanako with a shoulder block. Then Suri and Saki try to double suplex her, and she suplexes both of them.
mm-hmm.
Um, the end of the match comes. Bane power slams Suri while Micah power slams Saki, and then Bane takes May and tosses her onto her opponents on the floor. Then she hits this like running kick to the face of Hanako, picks her up, hits the go to hell, and gets the win in 10 minutes and 42 seconds.
So impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
impressive.
Absolutely. We move on to the semi-main event of the evening. It is a Blue Stars block. It is Hanan taking on Mirai. 2 nights in a row for for both these girls in this one.
Sorry, say that again.
Uh, 2 nights in a row for both of these ladies. Both wrestling on night 2 and
Yeah.
3.
I was just gonna say it felt like I mean, luckily there was like a day in between that they
No,
because it was the
no,
27th, wasn't it?
it was a Saturday Sunday.
I have it labeled as July 27th and July 29th.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
I
crazy. I
mean,
don't
and
know.
who knows at this
Oh,
point?
we all know I'm crazy.
Yes, but we all know I'm crazy too.
No, 29th and 30th.
I labeled my days wrong. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, yeah, okay. Well, no day in between then. Well, I guess
Yeah.
is this what?
Mar- Yeah, Mirai getting the dominance early over Hanan. Mirai even hits her own judo throws, gets like half judo throw and carries her around the ring, and then judo tosses her.
Mm-hmm.
She gets a couple more judo throws and gets a 2 count. Hanan fights back with her own judo throws, tosses, and sweeps. Hanan then gets the body splash in the ropes and gets a 2 count. Flatliner by Mirai, and she hits that twisting Vader elbow out of the corner, off the corner for 2. Sunset flip by Mirai into a Rings of Saturn, but Hanan gets her foot on the ropes. So Mirai picks her up, hits that half Nelson wheelbarrow slam. Um, Judo toss and running back elbow into the running famouser by Hanan. Mirai gets a lariat, but Hanan surprises her with a roll up, then a backslide. But Mirai hits a Samoan drop, followed by a lariat. Then Hanan catches her with a backdrop driver. Uh, gets like 3 different like 2 count pins, and then gets an inside cradle for another 2 count pin. Mirai hits a big ass lariat, then another big ass lariat, then the inside out lariat and the jumping lariat get Mirai the win and 2 more points.
Yay! And
Meow, I
this
hear
is
a
a
cat.
big win for her after the last 2 losses.
Yeah, very much
Um,
so.
yeah, the shoulder blocks from Mirai are just absolutely solid. They're just as solid, if not more solid, than Utami's. It just freaking killer. Um, there was one point where Mirai sidestepped a crossbody coming in from Hanan, and again, just gave me Samoa Joe vibes, and I kind of chuckled to myself. I believe she followed it up with like some kind of Uranagi looking thing right
Hmm.
afterwards. I'm not entirely sure, but it was fun anyway.
Hmm.
There's also that one point where they were trading judo chops, and Hanan tried to block the judo toss from Mirai. Mirai was just kind of hanging on to her in that almost kind of like weird judo thing.
It's just carrying
And
her around. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, having to like, but she just really sack of potatoed her
Hmm.
around to drop her down there. It was really impressive. The strength of Mirai is just crazy. Um, I felt that Hanan had really, really good ring awareness in this one. She was always aware of how close she was to the ropes, the turnbuckle, where she was supposed to be. And like, I just felt like every time I see her, she looks more and more and more experienced. She just
Hmm.
wrestles so good. I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, great match. Great,
Hmm.
great match. We move on to the main event. It's Suzuki versus
Yes.
Natsupoi.
Yeah.
Really good wrestling to start. Each lady trying to get the advantage. Suzu pulls
Hmm.
Nat to the floor, hits the scoop slam on the floor, applies a Boston crowd on the floor. The ref comes out and starts going 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is the first time I've seen a ref do a count on the floor for a submission. It was really weird, making him break
Yeah.
the count. So she puts Nat on the apron and gets the drive-by kick, and gets a 2 count back in the ring.
Hmm.
Suzu kicking at Nat, choking her on the ropes, but Nat gets a spin kick, hits the headhunter, followed by that drop kick, and then gets the drop kick into the ropes. They trade forearms in the center. Suzu drops Nat with a very hard one, but Nat
Hmm.
gets back up, unloads strikes on Suzu Suzuki. But and then Suzu goes for what looked like a tequila shot, but Nat
Hmm.
reversed it into a swinging net breaker for 2.
Hmm.
Suzu cuts off Nat up on the top. They brawl, but Nat knocks Suzu off. But Suzu does the matrix, dodging the high cross off the top.
Hmm.
And Suzu unloads strikes and hits that running knee to the back of the head for 2. God damn, that knee looks brutal.
So brutal.
Release German by Suzu Suzuki, and then kicks to the head, followed by the half Nelson slam for 2. Nat gets back in it, gets a roll up on Suzu Suzuki, and does the roll around, but then Suzu stops it and gets her own 2 count in there.
Hmm.
Nat gets the release German, but Suzu hits a tequila shot for 2. Nat blocks the German, gets the ferrying ring, which is the SOS, for 2. Then a super kick and the high angle German for 2. Nat hits a couple spin kicks, hits the kneeling spin kick, gets a 2. So she hooks her up. Straight jacket German with the bridge. And Natsupoi pins Suzuki.
For obvious reasons, I was not happy about this. um, yeah, but this was a fun match. I really, really enjoyed this match. Um, Boy, getting that cartwheel drop kick combo off pretty early in this match. We usually see her do that closer to the middle or the end. She pulled it off really, really quick. Concerned me greatly. Um, yeah, Suzu tossing Poi to the post on the outside too looked pretty brutal. I really enjoyed that strike exchange that they had that you mentioned, where Suzu ended up uh, gaining the upper hand on Poi there. Poi was really hitting with everything she had. And like Suzu just wallops her once and bam, take a knee. Um, Last thing I wanted to mention was that high angle German you mentioned, the high angle release German that Suzu did on freaking Point. That lawn chaired her, man. She kissed her knees. Holy heckin' crap. What a match.
Yeah,
That was fun.
amazing, amazing match. Like really, really good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was almost like what I would expect Suzu was used to with her deathmatch experiences.
So, before we get out of this spot, I'm going to give a quick point update. In the
Yes,
Red
please.
Stars, you have Natsupoi and Natsukatora with 4 points each. You got Suri, Mayu Iwatani, Tam Nakano with 2. Then you have Suzu Suzuki, Hazuki, Starlight Kid, and Ami Saray with 0. And you have Sayaka Mitani, who has retired from the tournament. You have in the Blue Stars block, you have Julia and Sayariano on top with 3 points each after their wins in the nights, and then the draw. You have Mariah May, Momo Watanabe, Utami Hayashishida, Maika, Mina Shirakawa, and Mirai all with 2 points. Then you have Azumi and Hanan alone in the back with the big old goose eggs. But at least Azumi's only had one match where Hanan's had three.
Correct. Correct. Do
Yeah.
we think that the matches are going the way they are to compensate for the fact that Julia might not be there? And now that Kamitani is not there?
It's very possible because like Julius, they probably just worked the schedule so that she had that weekend off. That's probably what it
Mm-hmm.
is. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. But then,
but
unfortunately, we get back-to-back nights for some
yep,
girls.
me too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. I want to thank
Yeah.
you also very much for joining us here on Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk for Stardom Review. Really appreciate all the great support you give us. You can find this guy over on X, Mastodon, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Hive at that Canada guy because it's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X.
I
You
did
can
not
find
know that.
well, that's the new symbol is X. It's an X, so it still says Twitter, but we'll call it. Everybody's calling it X now. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me at youtube.com/ right here on Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. But you can also find me on the Facebook page, Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on Facebook. You can find me there if you want to chat with me on Facebook. You can also chat with me in the comments down below. You can check me out today as you're watching this over on our local establishment. You've got myself, Chris Parrish, and my boy, my other tag team partner, the one I go to when Mel's not available. Oh, Ed, where we're previewing this SummerSlam show that you will see that is happening tonight as you're watching this show. You can also find all the back episodes of Marvel Talk on there if you want to check those out. You can, and then I don't want to go away without shouting our boy Mike, the ref, over on Backbreaker Video for all the great support he gives us simulcasting all of our videos at youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. If you are watching us there, give that channel a like or subscribe, and also go over to ours and give a like and subscribe there. Please check out Mike on his Twitch streams at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref every Wednesday, his AEW watch long, and then all the other great gaming streams that he has. And then you can also find all the gaming stream replayed at youtube.com/at backbreaker_gaming. Melball, where can they find you, madame?
If you are wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing, Collins Melball, or you can follow her on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Paramindful with Alex the Werewolf and the Gold Standard, Caro Carafel. We just recorded an alien special on all that stuff that's happening now in the US with the whistleblowers and stuff. Those guys know more about it than me. They just educate me. I'm just the pretty face. That'll be coming out on Monday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel with our show Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We just did an episode again earlier where we talked extensively about Lufisto and the state of the AEW women's locker room and division. So come by and see what us ladies had to say about that bad boy. And that being said, also, if you're wanting to watch Stardom, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is stardom-world.com. Yeah, I remembered. The price is approximately 999 yen, approximately $10 Canadian, or like 7 something. It depends on our dollar or the time of the month. I don't know. She's like a hormonal woman some days. I don't think that. What are you doing?
I don't know. The price changes all the time.
You're confusing me. You're giving me sign language. What the frick? You almost hypnotized me.
Just numbers. I'm
All
tired.
right. Do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to thank all of you wonderful, wonderful viewers for tuning in and checking out our shows. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below because we want to hear from all of you guys. We love hearing from you. It's one of the best parts about doing this is communicating with you guys and learning what you guys love from us, what you guys think about what we think. It really does uh, influence the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
I know it does for me. So please keep dropping comments if you can, as we
Yes.
love hearing from all of you guys. I want to give a big shout out to the Joe Demetrius Frank. Thank you for all the great comments you've been dropping on all our videos. Ray Z, Jason, our boy.
Jason.
Lord Koj, a lot of great people, Common Ground MTG. I want to
Koji.
thank all of you guys for all the great support you've been giving to us, all of it here. So, and don't forget, hit the notification bell. You can be alerted for every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. So we'll be back Monday with some more New Japan cover, or Monday or Tuesday with some more New Japan coverage,
Mm.
and we'll be back later next week with some more Stardom coverage.
Yes, we will. And that being said, I am your Melball. And over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!